US President Donald Trump hosted the inaugural meeting of the Board of Peace in Washington on Thursday, pledging $10 billion to support reconstruction efforts in Gaza. The meeting brought together allied nations, including several Muslim majority countries, to discuss funding, troop contributions, and post conflict governance in the war torn Strip.
That's 2 weeks of fighting. It's a very small number. It sounds like a lot, but it's a very small number. So we're committed to $10 billion. Together we can achieve the dream of bringing lasting harmony to a region tortured by centuries of war, suffering, and carnage. They say 3,000 years. And hopefully we can lift up the eyes of the world to envision how other intractable conflicts can be settled. So many conflicts, I'd say, are impossible to settle. And we get them settled. We got of those 8 that we settled, most of them were said to be not settleable. And they not only got settled, they got settled within days. More impossible problems can be solved as we go along this very beautiful path. I think it's a beautiful path. I think it's such an important day. Even the weather's beautiful. We walk in, it's beautiful. Everything's beautiful. The ancient wounds can be healed, and they are indeed ancient. This has been going on for so many centuries.
Trump outlined his vision for the International Stabilization Force, tasked with securing reconstruction zones and supporting governance, while emphasizing that the use of force to disarm Hamas might not be necessary. He noted that Hamas had promised to disarm, but cautioned that the situation would need to be monitored closely.
Little flames. Hamas has been, I think they're going to give up their weapons, which is what they promised. If they don't, it'll be, they'll be harshly met, very harshly met. They don't want that. All the stuff like they don't mind dying. They told me that's not true. Everyone said, oh, they don't mind dying. No, they don't want to die. They said, we don't want to die. People don't want to die. The ceasefire was held, and every last remaining hostage, both living and dead, has been returned back home. Think of that. That was an impossibility. And we did hundreds of hostages, but the last 20, and I always said to Steve and Jared, I said, the last 20 are going to be very tough. Very, very tough. And we got them back. We got the living back, and then we only got about 16 of the dead. And we said, well, you got to get them all. You promised them all. And they dug and dug and dug. You can imagine it's a job that's brutal. And Hamas really did a lot of that work. And you got to give them credit for that. They brought the last one home a week ago, and we got all 28 of them. Living and dead. The amazing thing, because I've never seen anything quite like it, the parents of the dead, they knew their boy was dead. In this case, boys, all boys, men, but to the parents' boys. They knew their boy was dead. They wanted that dead body as much as if...
Among the countries committed to providing troops for the ISF are Indonesia, Albania, Kosovo, Kazakhstan, and Morocco, with Indonesia's officer designated as deputy commander of the force. Indonesia has pledged 8,000 troops, nearly half of the 20,000 planned. Pakistan was not included among the 5 nations announced to contribute troops. A spokesperson for Pakistan's Foreign Office clarified that no decision had been taken, emphasizing that while Pakistan could participate in a peacekeeping mandate, it would not take part in disarmament or demilitarization efforts. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates each pledged at least $1 billion toward Gaza reconstruction, while contributing nations collectively raised $7 billion. FIFA also committed $75 million for soccer-related projects, and the United Nations is expected to contribute $2 billion for humanitarian assistance. Trump highlighted the Board of Peace's ambitious mandate, vowing to make Gaza successful and projecting a broader goal of bringing harmony to a region long affected by conflict.
Careers up here, but this is something very special, and we're going to straighten out Gaza. We're going to make Gaza very successful and safe, and we're also going to maybe take it a step further where we see hot spots around the world. We can probably do that very easily. This is a tremendous group of powerful people and brilliant people, and I think that we can do things that a lot of other people would not be able to even conceive of or think of. We will help Gaza, we will straighten it out, we'll make it successful, we will make it peaceful, and we will do things like that in other spots. Spots will come up things will happen that nobody's even thinking about now and not even conceivable. But we will take care of a lot of things, and we'll work again with the United Nations and bring it back to health. It needs help. It's got tremendous potential, but it needs a lot of help. And I think we can start with doing that pretty soon, Michael. I think we're going to work on that very strongly. We can fix up even the building physically. I love to see beautiful buildings. I like to see buildings fixed up physically, not look like they.
However, details on the allocation of funds, congressional approval, and coordination with existing institutions, including the United Nations, remain unclear. Critics have described the board as an ambitious yet opaque initiative, noting potential overlaps with existing international bodies and concerns over Trump's continued authority as head of the board even after leaving office.